operations.
Yes, sir.
We need to do a project regarding the minerals which get exported from India.
Yes.
Can you tell us anything about the minerals which are exported? I mean, in general.
Minerals that are exported are here, minerals and ores. We categorize them as one group. We export iron ore, and then previously we used to export manganese ore also. So now there is only export of iron ore. We export about 14 million tons per year. And iron ore, and we import about 500,000 tons of limestone, and then about nearing 1 million tons of gypsum. Gypsum is also mined, I heard. Apart from coming as a byproduct in fertilizer units, it also is mined. So, and then we have some special types of sands, that is rare earths. Rare earths, that is, they have some radioactive elements. There are all these ilmenite sands, garnite, and the range.
That's the one which is going on.
Yeah, the one which is in there.
That's all the rare sand. Rare.
Ilmenite sand.
Ilmenite sand, yeah, it's ilmenite sand. That is hardly less than quarter million or let us say half million.
Rest of it is big, so.
Yes, large portion comes from near the sand, and from various universities. So from your university, the letter could come from your.
Can we do intern here?
It's not actually internship, it is project work. Internship, we understand internship is like you are meant to work. I think that is the idea we have. We don't make you work, but we allow you to have a study of what is going on, and then you can make a report on that. You are willing to work, but then the work here, any newcomer also needs a little orientation and training, at least here. So we can't make you work as an intern connection here. Something like that. You can get better idea of what goes on and what type of facility. So anyway, before you ask, or I would just like to give a brief overview because you come here with certain expectations. We were one of the largest ports till 4 years back, but now there has been a total change in. Come here, Patnaik. He is one of our senior officers, Mr. Patnaik. He looks after the commercial activities. So we were one of the largest ports about 4 or 5 years back. We used to handle about nearing 68 to 70 million tons, and other ports used to handle somewhere around 40 million tons. There are 10 major ports. Major ports are all owned by central government. So they are called port trusts. Because they are called port trusts because all these ports are administered or started by so there are 12 major ports. But later on, since last 7-8 years, the port sector has been opened up to public. So a lot of private participation has come, and then there are a lot of private ports which are doing much more than what these so-called major ports are doing. So we can't call them minor ports. They stand in the status. So both the governments can have like education. You have central universities, you have state universities. Like that, both sector can be administered by both the governments. So what is administered by the central government is the major port trust act. They are all central government ports. But port permits someone to have some operation there, or a small jetty is constructed or a fishing arm is constructed, and then they start collecting charges. Charges that are collected are based on the size of the ship. Ship size is broadly defined, broadly categorized as registered tonnage, gross registered tonnage. So a larger ship, normally you take a bigger correction of revenue. Just analogy is when you go in the national highway, see they have a toll, they collect fees based on the size of the vessel. They say a 4-wheeler or a truck is so much fees. A 2-wheeler. Sagarmala is a bunch of schemes by the central government permitting various projects on the private sector. 99% is in the private sector, wherein they have a plan to link all the ports with the inland waterways. 3,000 crores, 5,000 crores. Then they intend calling private participation. So these are all broad schemes. They have some. In fact, they have deepening of the state government. they have given it on lease to a private enterprise. It is totally managed by a private operator. He pays certain revenue to state government. In central government also, here we have our own port, but we have leased out some berths where you get, we collect revenue on a revenue share basis, like they give over 10% of.
Visakhapatnam Port Trust is conceived to be architect in designing many ports or giving services to others. So what is the, do you have any role in development of ports in other states?
No, these private ports that they were starting, they took Visakhapatnam ports as a benchmark.
Are you offering any consultancy?
No, we don't offer. But for recently, what has happened in Sandhya, they wanted to start a port with Virajapati. So for that, they asked Visakhapatnam and then you are technical expertise. Like me, our engineers are specialists in buildings. So we will be planning as well. Not only other ports, they use the services of these other
Okay, on your projects, anyone wants to want any questions?
So I want to
A bauxite presently we are importing from various countries because this aluminum sector which is started all over in the Chhattisgarh area and all that, they are not able to mine their own carbon because of various issues. So to supplement that or it would be a major component, they are importing bauxite from various sources. You asked minerals, so I gave a list of certain minerals.
I'm not minerals.
But iron ore is a very large component of our export for cargo. We handle 60 million tons, almost 18 million tons, 15 to 18 million tons of iron ore. So, it is Krishnapatnam port was leased out by the state government. As I told you, all the ports are state government ports where center comes and starts a port by major port trust act. It's a major port. We had only 12 major ports. Now there are more non-major ports, that means state government ports. The state government ports, they could be run by themselves, like Machilipatnam port. It's now run by the state government. They just built a few jetties, fishing boats come and yes.
Government of India, whatever iron ore shipment is to take place from Visakhapatnam, basically it is through mechanical means. The mechanical mode or the conveyor system, this is basically the Japanese facility. So NMDC and MMDC, they have the contract with the Japanese, age-old contract. So for that only they are supplying. So as of such export of iron ore used to be basically done to Chinese markets, but Chinese markets has slashed down and it has crumbled, so we don't get shipments. The shipment of export iron ore which is going to other countries, including Japan also, it is because of the government of India's age-old commitment to supply them iron ore for the infrastructure which they have built. Orally, it is also a loss, but thing is that just to supplement the commitment which government of India had done at one point of time, still that what is moving.
Utilizes from this PPG.
You give me some email ID so that I can give you. If you want the data or you want the basic information?
Yes, sir. I just need the date.
You give me one email ID so that I can forward what are the exports and imports as far as you want all commodities, I will give all commodities also. In that fertilizer two categories. One is the raw fertilizer and fertilizer finished products are also there. So both you can get it. If you want, give you an email at